So what you can expect from me, I'm going to talk about what I'm learning. I'm going to talk about what I'm doing. I'm going to talk about the stuff that's working for me. And I'm going to make you a better real estate investor. Welcome to the Nick Huber Show. My name is Nick Huber and I'm your host. This is the very first episode, so I'm going to introduce you to me, talk about why you should trust me, and talk about what you can expect from a format of this show. I am not going to do long-form interviews. Very rarely. If I do, it will be with a very high-powered guest who is very accomplished in the space and has a lot of knowledge to share. Mostly, I'm going to share short form, just me talking to you about what I'm learning and what I know about real estate. Now, I come from a unique background compared to most real estate investors. I started a small business with my business partner, Dan, who I'm sure you'll meet. I started a small business in 2011 named Storage Squad. We did pickup and delivery student storage, and it was a logistical nightmare of a business because we operated in 12 states at over 30 colleges, and it all happened at the exact same time. We went from 6 full-time employees in our off-season to 300 part-time employees during the busy season. So I come from an operations background. I'm talking about marketing, hiring, organizing, managing, and overseeing the operations of a business. And I think that gives me a serious competitive advantage when it comes to real estate. So a common theme of this show, of the Nick Huber Show, will be around the overlap between small business and entrepreneurship and real estate. I believe in buying real estate when you can operate it and gain a competitive advantage. Everybody that I know, and I'll tell a lot of stories about the people I know and how they've been successful in real estate, but overwhelmingly, they all find a unique way to do business that allows them to buy properties that are worth more to them than they are to other people. And that's what we're doing right now. I own a real estate private equity company under the brand name Bolt Storage. We have 24 self-storage facilities, 642,000 square feet, almost 5,000 units, 4,930 units. They're in 4 states, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, and Connecticut. And we have another 2 properties as of this recording in mid-June 2021. We have another 2 properties and 77,000 square feet under contract to purchase. We have an operations division with 9 employees. We have an acquisitions division with 4 employees, and we have upper management with me, my partner, and 2 other executives. So we are growing a real estate private equity company in real time. And you take it back to the end of 2019 or end of 2020. So just 6 months ago, we had 192,000 square feet and 9 properties. So we are growing incredibly fast. We also only had 6 full-time employees at that time. In January of 2021, this year, 6 months ago, we sold our service business Storage Squad for 7 figures. And me and my business partner, Dan, we're taking those funds and that expertise and focusing on self-storage. We rebranded as Bolt Storage. Now, I'm going to talk a lot about self-storage on this show because it's what I know. It's what I'm good at. It's the space that I'm working in now. But the concepts, the tips, the tricks, the deal structures, the operational advantages, hacks, tips, whatever you might want to call them, this stuff is applicable to all real estate. The way we structure deals, the real estate private equity structure, how we raise money, how we deal with investors, how we acquire facilities, how we basically keep clean and maintained properties for our customers. That's a big part of it as well. If it's working for me, I'm going to make you a better real estate investor. Now, should you trust me? The answer is no. Of course, you shouldn't trust a random stranger on the internet. You should take everything that I say with a grain of salt because I'm learning as we go. I'm 32 years old. Of course, we're growing fast. We have $10 million under management. We own about $40 million worth of self-storage. We're chasing some massive deals right now that I'm sure over the next 6 to 12 months of you listening to this podcast, my world is going to change because we are scaling up. We bought properties 6 months ago, 8 months ago, 12 months ago that are performing beyond our wildest dreams. We closed on a 8-property, $13 million portfolio mid-April. It's June. So we are learning more and more about operations as the days go by. And let me also let you know, I do all of this remotely. I live in Athens, Georgia. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm in Athens, Georgia for 9 months a year. I'm in a second home in Watkins Glen, New York, right in the middle of my portfolio. I am up there about 3 months a year, in and out. Now, we have a team of 16 people now, and everybody works remotely. We have 6 people from the Philippines, and the other 10 are Americans that are spread out all over the place, from Scottsdale, Arizona to Boston, Massachusetts, and everywhere in between. So that's an intro on me. I know I just threw a lot at you, but this show is about real estate. This show is short. This show is concise. You can tune in and you can take away something from every single episode. My goal is to teach you a lot. And this show goes hand in hand with our real estate community. Now, the Nick Huber Real Estate Community is a Facebook group where investors, operators, and general partners, LPs as well, limited partners, get together to discuss real estate and how they can get better. Now, the thing about real estate is that it's a lonely game. Most people get into real estate because their family was into real estate or it's always been a part of their life. My goal is to change that. I was not born to a real estate family. I learned it along the way. I learned it the hard way by getting out and trying and making myself sound silly in front of bankers and investors, not using the right terms. And now my goal is to create an environment that's open and welcoming to beginners, but also a place where people who are serious about doing big deals can work with other people who are just like them. So it's the Nick Huber Real Estate Community. You can check it out, sweatystartup.com/REC, Real Estate Community. You can go there. That's where we interact. That's where I hold Ask Me Anythings. I hold interviews. I do a lot of interactions. I do deal breakdowns, which I'll also share here on the podcast. But this podcast goes hand in hand with our real estate community. If you want to check that out, you can go to sweatystartup.com/REC. But here we go. This is the Nick Huber Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's get going. Big news, guys. I created a free PDF that details my method on how I analyze a self-storage facility and figure out what it's worth. Give me a pen, the back of a napkin, and a couple metrics, and I can figure out about what the property is going to be worth to me. If you want to download this PDF, click in the show notes, the first link, and you can give me your email address, and you get a email right away with a 4-page PDF that outlines exactly how I think about underwriting or giving my initial analysis on a self-storage facility. Again, click the link in the show notes, and you're going to get that document for free. Before you go, we have a new sponsor of the show, recostseg.com. And if you bought a piece of real estate, you need to get a cost segregation study done. It's what allows you to get all that sweet, sweet bonus depreciation, and it's how real estate investors like me and many others pay almost nothing in taxes on an annual basis. You can cost seg a single-family rental, a short-term rental, or a large commercial property. recostseg.com is affordable and aggressive and super fast to turn them around. They've done 10+ cost segs for me this year. They're going to do many more for me. Visit recostseg.com to learn more.